A GPS, excellent image quality, front and rear module and bunch of advanced features? Sounds like the new A229 Duo dash camera by Viofo has it all to be a great one. But is it? Let's inspect! Hey, welcome to the channel. You've seen some footage which is captured with the Viofo A229 Duo. It's one of the rather fresh dash cameras that the company has released now in 2022 and promises to deliver really excellent quality, and if done right, it could be one of the really good choices for a 2022 dash camera. Viofo is a company, they've always been good in terms of providing great value to their customers, bringing some of the latest features and trends into rather budget-friendly products. So I really have high hopes about the A229 Duo, therefore we're going to make a thorough inspection. I'm going to show you a lot of real-life footage so that we find out if this body is as good as Viofo promised to be. The price of the A229 Duo by Viofo, which represents a dash camera having a front and rear unit covering a total of approximately 300 degrees around the car, is close to $230, which puts it in the higher mid-range segment along with multiple other alternatives by Blackview, Thinkware and other reputable brands. You can for sure get a lot cheaper dash cameras, but Viofo have proven many times that the quality and the overall performance usually exceeds by far the price asked. Unboxing is definitely some good experience. Most interesting specs are as usual shown on the box. The main unit has a shape that Viofo maintains since a few years, and in case you've ever had one of their older models, it's gonna feel very familiar. If you grasp such a unit for the first time, there's a display and options to play around the menus using the hardware buttons. Some people may wonder why there is no touchscreen, but I can assure you that if ease of use is a priority, having the ability to press a physical button is the much better option. The front unit contains its own camera module which records everything happening in front of the car, hosts the processor and is the place where storage is being installed. The rear camera contains image sensor and optics only and also have a lens angle adjustment. There's a dual-port charger included, this is always a nice to have, and there are the usual cables and tools to successfully install the camera. In some cases, you may want to think about ordering a hardwire kit. This is going to allow fitting the dash camera with power directly from the car's fuse box, which allows 24/7 surveillance and availability of parking mode. It's an optional kit, sold separately however. In order to assess the footage and also to talk about the availability of useful features, let's take a quick look at the hardware details. Both the front and the rear cameras have 5-megapixel Sony image sensors. The front unit has bright optics with 140 degrees field of view. The main processor is Novatec 96580. Maximum video resolution is 2K at 30 frames per second. There's supercapacitor inbuilt, a 2.4-inch LCD display, status LEDs, functional mechanical keys, GPS logger, gravity sensor and motion detection sensor, supported are microSD cards up to 256 gigs capacity. There are voice notifications, inbuilt Wi-Fi and a smartphone app. If you don't understand too much from these specifications, that's totally alright, because in the end of the day this is what this video is about. In terms of resolution, this is not a 4K dash camera, which I know is going to irritate some people, especially those huge 4K fans. Truth is that if you have image sensors with identical size, the one that has less megapixels is going to provide better low-light footage, because each individual pixel is going to qualify for bigger portion of the available light. Processing inside is fine. When it comes to image sensors, I think Viofo make a very smart choice of providing the same image sensor both for the front and the rear unit, so I expect nothing but really good and decent performance from the rear camera. As for design structural quality, you're gonna notice that it looks no different to most other Viofo models. This here can be adjusted, so it's a perfect fit to your car. And we don't have a battery inside, meaning that this camera is suitable for areas where the climate is really hot by default. Now, I'm getting even more curious about the quality of the footage, so let's quickly do the setup and the installation, and then we're gonna talk more about the video. Installing the dash camera is fairly easy given the detailed instructions you have in the user guide. You must find a good spot on your car's windshield which is not going to block the visibility. Then you may use one of these screen folios. They are great for easy removal because removing adhesive from glass surface is not easy at all. After the dash camera is positioned, just connect the cable. Find its path so that it can reach the area around your car's cigar lighter port where the charger is gonna be installed. The rear camera is being mounted in a similar way. I just want to remind you to put it in area where the wipers can clean the window, because if there's too much dirt, dust or raindrops on the outside, visibility is of course gonna be bad. To help you with adjusting the angle, there also is the smartphone app, which has all the features to support proper configuration. Most of the settings I prefer to keep at their defaults, but if you prefer to fine-tune something, there are ways to change the exposure, the resolution and a few other things. Unfortunately, there is no support for H.265 encoding with this model, still not sure why, and perhaps this is among the more significant drawbacks of the Viofo A229 Duo. Concerning the footage, let's see what else we can find out. No surprise that daytime footage looks great. Most dashcams with current specs are going to offer no worse than that. Of course, some are gonna be better than others. The image here is very sharp and detailed. You can even zoom in and it's still not gonna feel pixelated. The darker it gets, the more challenging it becomes to capture good-looking footage, but the A229 Duo stays strong. The front unit shows some pretty decent performance. Maybe footage is a little overexposed in some moments, so you may want to reduce the exposure by 0.3, especially for urban driving. Side by side with the Blackview model that I still run, shows that this Viofo is pretty good about what it does. At almost half of the price, it delivers the same, if not better image quality. Let's not forget that the Blackview model is close to 3 years old, of course. The rear unit is, in my opinion, the nice surprise here, because it has performance as good as the front one, and having to deal with car's lights at night is usually a big burden. It won't offer miraculously amazing dynamic range at night, but is for sure among the best dashcams when it comes to rear unit performance. I think the button operation also contributes to the overall good user experience. Should you need to access any setting or playback file, it's a few presses away, and it is very easy to mark a video as an emergency one. This is, by the way, a nice feature allowing you to move a video in a read-only folder so that you can easily find it in case needed. Supported capacity of the card is up to 256 gigs, which can store around 16 hours worth of footage should both the front and the rear camera record. If you run the recordings in smaller resolutions, even more than that could be stored. Here's another microphone quality test. Driving right now with around 35 km per hour. Obviously the car on the front has an issue with their rear lights, and our focus should be now on the microphone quality. What do you think about the performance of the A229 Duo by Viofo? Feel free to comment below. Okay, now a complete U-turn to the drawbacks. As a starter, a hardwire kit is a separate purchase, which inflates the price even further. I feel that the dashcam goes to the expensive side of Viofo's product line. Another one, and while I personally didn't try it myself, there have been some negative comments about the CPL filter performance as well. There is no ADAS support, and also the lack of H.265, which, although not crucial, is definitely not something to brag about. Verdict: design and features, very good. Build quality, excellent, as usual for Viofo. When it comes to image quality, I think it exceeds the expectations, and in terms of price, maybe a little bit too high. But given the fact the same thing happens to all electronic devices now in 2022, I guess we're already kind of used to that. So I think Viofo played safe with the A229 Duo because they integrate well-known for their excellent operation products and things that wouldn't make the price too inflated. Still, if you want to buy something which is a bit more affordable, actually almost twice cheaper, you should check the Viofo A119 Mini, which was released earlier this year and covers 90% of the features of the front unit of the A229. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the footage quality? Do you like the price, the whole combination? And do you like the fact that Viofo are trying to sell you a lot more other products additionally in the form of accessories. So all of that we can discuss further in the comment section below the video. As usual, more information about the product itself and some ways to support the channel are listed in the video description area. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Drive safely, respect the rules, don't be a badass, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!